This is Autohaus Z. It's been a little more than a week, but here we are back on the Vintage Air project. So since the last time we talked, Autohaus is officially a authorized Vintage Air dealer. Steven and I did our measurements and we put in a large multi-$1,000 order, so why don't we see what we got. Alright, so it's a mess because we're hard at work, but here's what we got. Brand new Sandin compressor, and these are the universal compressor bracket mounts, and I'll show you what our plan is with these guys in a second. So in this style, we're gonna get ahead of us a little bit, but I plan there to be no idler tensioner. You just pull the compressor to adjust belt tension, so it's making the system a lot more simple. We got the nicest crimp tool kit that they have. This guy is the top of the line hydraulic crimp tool, so we're gonna have real industrial grade crimps on all of our hose fittings. So a couple cool things about this guy: you don't have to chuck this up in a vise. If you watch some of my other videos, I have a hydraulic line flare tool also. So because this is portable and because you can make the crimps like this, if you wanted to maintain the hose orientation in a certain way and don't want to drag it out onto the bench, I could actually make the crimps in car. Alright, so we got some other cool stuff. We got Vintage Air's hose and fitting kit, so a bunch of universal fittings. Brand new receiver dryer. We had to get this separate from the kit, but this is the binary switch, so this will shut off the compressor in case the pressure is too high or too low, and so this is the safety switch in the system, which goes directly on this guy. We got refrigerant oil from Vintage Air also. Another fabricator bracket kit. Just in case, we might actually make two demo ones for the Corolla. I was planning to use this for the 3TC, but Steven recommended when we send that thing out to get either 3D scanned or drawn up, it might be good to have two of these, so we have two. We got all the hose in the world, number 6, 8, and I forgot what other size, but 3 sizes of AC hose. We actually need all 3 sizes for this system. So we got our receiver dryer, brand new and special from Vintage Air. You guys can read more about it on their website, but even though physically this thing does not look that big, the efficiency is probably, I think, double what a comparable size condenser would be. So condenser we plan to mount right here. You want to keep we marked so that the discharge line is a number 8 size, the bigger size, and that guy's going to be on top. And we'll go over our game plan after the parts. Alright, what else is in this box? We got an assortment of grommets. We are gonna do our best not to cut any holes in the car, because I bet you and I both don't want to be hole sawing big holes in the car. So grommets. All of this ducting is for the interior of the car to direct the airflow, and we'll show you guys. Steven and I are very confident we can get every single vent in this car to work with the Vintage Air system. We have this Y fitting again from Vintage Air, and we'll show you guys. We're going to use this for the defrost, and we'll show you guys more details in a future video. Ford F100, and we got this adapter fitting because of the dimensions, and again, when we start the install, we'll show you guys why we got this particular size one. So the main piece of this entire kit, the Gen 2 Mini Vintage Air system, this is heat, AC, and defrost all in one unit. So if you guys saw the previous video, all 3 of those big ass boxes get replaced with just this compact unit. And it's tough to see through the plastic, but there are 5 vents, These two are for defrost. That's why we're going to need the Y fitting to go up into the cabin. And then I need to double check, but it's probably like face, feet, and then another airflow vent. But again, inside this thing, there's a heater core for the heater, evaporator for the AC system, plus a blower motor. And so all this is solid state digital. We're gonna replace the factory Corolla switches and cables with a rotary control unit. And so this will send a digital signal to that guy to, you know, for the blend door, heat or AC. So this guy is gonna replace the climate cable unit inside the cabin. Okay, so thank you, Eric Teddy, 100% the one who inspired us to take on this project. I have pictures from Eric showing how the shop installed his Vintage Air system, but we're gonna do it differently. Alright, so here's his system. You can see they probably punched 2 holes in the firewall to get the AC hoses, and they route over here the dryers in the engine bay. They made their own compressor bracket, and then if you guys remember the condenser, these 2 lines probably go right here where the condenser is at. We're not going to do it this way. So here's like a general roadmap from Vintage Air. A couple key things: I don't want 2 hoses to go over the exhaust manifold, and also the receiver dryer. Vintage Air says if you can put this inside the car on the passenger side, the system will actually work more efficiently. So our plan is to safety switch plus receiver dryer inside the cabin. And how we plan to route this: so using the existing AC hole, we're gonna have a hose go here, here, all the way, using the factory hole for the AC line. And unfortunately, because that evaporator, the fittings only point towards the driver's side. They don't make one with like a fitting on each side. So we're gonna go around and do a 180, connect for the low side, and then the high side, again using the OEM AC holes. The top of the condenser, so condenser to compressor, and so we'll only have 1 line from the compressor going around to back inside to the evaporator. So it sucks, but I'd rather just 1 line rather than have this like 12-foot line from the compressor all the way back. So first thing we're working on is the AC compressor bracket that mounts up to a 4AG 16 valve block. I have the OEM AC compressor bracket, and then I also have the OEM power steering bracket. Ideally, I want this compressor to work with the option if you want to have power steering or not, and then also for it to clear the factory oil filter sandwich plate and oil lines. So I'll do my best. So different from the shop that did Eric's AC compressor bracket, we are basing our design off of the OEM AC compressor bracket. So you can see where the 4 holes mount to the engine block, but if you guys notice, the spacing's offset between these 4 holes. So these 2 holes are offset the same, but then this hole is much taller because that's where the power steering, because that's where the OEM power steering bracket sits in there. So we're going to compensate for that. My plan is, if you have no power steering in your car, we'll include a spacer. If you do have power steering, that's no problem. Just put your factory power steering bracket there, and then the bracket we're gonna make will fit and work with your power steering. So I'll explain what I'm doing. This is gonna be a little confusing. I used this as my 0 point, so a plate of flat metal, and then I calculated out where I need to put all my holes. And what we're going to do, so with the tallest hole as my 0 point, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut these spacers down to size and weld them to the back so that this is a flat surface, but these holes are all offset correctly by these spacers to bolt up to the engine block. I bolted this up and mocked it up on the engine. And I mocked up the universal mounts on the AC compressor, and so here's the plan. Exactly like that. So we'll be able to access these two mounting holes to the engine block. And sitting all of this inside the car, what I found out is actually we want this thing as low and as close to the engine as we can, because either this guy's going to hit the frame, or because I want this to work with power steering, it'll hit all the power steering stuff. If you guys can imagine, this thing can also be mounted this way against the engine block, but again, this distance actually hits the frame, so I decided against this. Ugh. Yeah, we're gonna mount it this way. So here's what I've been doing today. So I got some 1/4 inch thick, and if you can imagine, this is 7 inches across because and I'm going to drill out these holes. And then if you guys can imagine, this will be my flat surface, and then I'll have my spacers offset on these 4 holes. So this will bolt up to the engine block, and this will just be a flat plane ready for me to weld. And I'll drag the compressor over here right now. And then why is this piece so long? It's because you can keep cutting metal, but metal's not going to grow back. So remember what I said, I want this as close to the engine and as low as possible, so I have all that room to weld this guy on as low as I can, or as low as I want. So that's the plan, is to get these 4 drilled out, weld the spacers on the back, bolt this to the engine block, and then I'll be able to mock this up in the car and adjust it, whether I need to move it back for the belt alignment, or I can move this thing down. And then once this is finally in place, I can burn this guy in. Maybe I'll add a couple like triangle gussets to strengthen this guy up. But kudos to the shop who did Eric's custom AC bracket, but I think it's more complicated, more complex than it needs to be. And yeah, having this all as one piece, yeah, it's good that the system will just be less complex. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I really need help with this project, so if you can provide me any support, I would love anyone's support, because this is a monumental undertaking for all of us. Or I guess not all of us, you're not doing it, I am. So yeah, support from anyone and everyone, and some advice. I could use all the support, because not only do I have to fabricate this, go get it sent out to be scanned in CAD or drawn up, and then find a manufacturer to produce brackets for all of us. Also got to plumb the system. I still need to buy an AC machine, buy refrigerant. And for my personal customers, if you're wondering why I'm so busy, I actually blocked out all of June to, you know, make this product for all of us to use, because yeah, it's miserable in your Corolla with the no AC. And so yeah, trying to do this for all of us. So yeah, any support would be appreciated. So yeah, thank you guys again. Make sure to like and subscribe. I would love to see you support me on Patreon, and I have new stickers, so make sure to check that out at cmautohaus.com. Hear that car? That's my cue to go. All right, till next time. Let me know what you guys want to see.